Alrighty, welcome back to this here Let's Plant series. Last time we got our first berry through pickup, thanks to our Zigzagoon. And kind of learned a little bit about how pickup works. So first off, I want to give a shout out to Goomba Kid for reaching out on Discord and providing some feedback in the form of, kind of just going over the video and giving me some tips and things that they kind of like realized going through it and such. One thing they pointed out that I think needs to definitely be brought up is that I haven't really defined a good structure here yet, and I have too many goals. I certainly probably didn't need to talk about all of my goals. Some of my goals could have been fine as just being in the background, and if they get achieved, they get achieved. So I think it is very important to say that the main goal of this series is to acquire a bunch of berries and do so from the beginning of the game. And we'll be going over a bunch of ways to do that. So we've already acquired one berry, and my Zigzagoon is not doing too hot already. Let's see if I can get through this area without going back to the Pokemon Center immediately. Just put Lotad in the front. That's okay. So, yeah, I'm going to acquire berries. That's what this is about. But what is my goal for acquiring berries? Well, I'd like to acquire 1,000 of each berry and then harvest oh shoot, no. Oh, okay. Swapping out of Wurmple into Wurmple. Unprecedented strategy. So anyway, the 1,000 of each berry seems like a lot, first off, and it is a lot. However, I have harvested some berries over 1,000 times, and they're not really making much sense, much like this NPC swapping back and forth between their level 4 Wurmples. But I'm just having some difficulty with some of these berries trying to figure out what the seed harvesting ratio is. So by that I mean, like, what seeds are coming out of the berries when you do harvest them. And I don't need Scratch. Quick Attack is the same power. Anyway, so the berries that are single flavored have a pretty clear yield of about 70% plain and 30% berry seeds. And that is something that I'll definitely be highlighting as I go through this. They will be the basis for a bunch of the berries that I'm planting, but they will also kind of be a crutch. Like, I want to move away from them as much as I can because I've already grown a boatload of single flavor berries, specifically because they're kind of predictable in how they produce. Let's see, I want to dodge this NPC for now. There we go. Alright, so I can get to this next town here and go into the Pokemon Center. And then I can go back and do more of the battles. Because I definitely want to do all the battles. Battles represent a sort of, input into your cash pile. It's not much right now, however, it will be more later because you can rebattle. And rebattling is going to be something that's very useful. Now, Hoenn is not the best place for rebattling because you kind of have to guess. They do not have any exclamation points over their heads, and as a result, it's just kind of a guessing game. There is the PokeNav, and I have a video about that that's kind of a joke, but I'm going to lose because of that crit, I think, so I have to switch to, we'll just switch to Cherry. Nobody suggested any names, by the way, for the Zigzagoon and the Lotad, which is fine. I was kind of anticipating that there wouldn't be much for a response here, but and there's a swarm or something interesting. So anyway, the Lotad and the Zigzagoon are still unnamed for now, but surely eventually we'll find names for these two. I forgot how nice this Zigzagoon is, but it has a bad nature. Yeah, minus attack. That's okay. Anyway, gonna be continuing with the battles here. Yeah, seed yields. That's gonna be something we figure out by acquiring a bunch of each type of berry. Yeah, so 1,000 of each berry. So how many berries is that? I think it's something like 70,000 berries that I'm going to just be sitting on with this account. And it's going to take several regions to do it. So my plan currently is to start in Hoenn, and kind of also go over why I'm starting in Hoenn, which is another thing that Goomba Kid suggested. They were kind of interested in hearing about why I chose Hoenn, and I might have touched on it a little bit in the first video, but I'm very familiar with Hoenn. I love Hoenn, and it's probably one of the more accessible regions for starting with berries in the early game. And I think there used to be a berry patch up here in the main series, but I could be wrong. But yeah, before the first gym, you have access to a vendor that sells harvesting tools. So that means you have access to berry seeds if you acquire berries. And there's also a bunch of Pokemon which will give you berries. And those Pokemon I've noted somewhere. I appear to have misplaced the paper. That's okay. I should have probably made it a digital document anyway. And we can rediscover this as we go. So, obviously we've seen that Zigzagoon can have orange berries, and we can kind of check that in the Pokédex. That's another thing. We're going to be using the Pokédex a lot here, because this is a very useful tool. National Dex isn't probably where we want to hang out. There we go. This makes a lot of sense. So as we can see here, we have an orange berry as a held item, potentially, for a Zigzagoon, which is super nice. And if we check, we can see that Lotada's Mental Herb, Petalburg on Poochyena. There we go. So we know about Oranberry and Petalburg so far. No berry here for Wingull, and we already checked that one. The data only fills out when you capture the Pokemon, so when you've seen it, you can see where to find it, but you can't actually see anything else. So capturing the Pokemon will be important in terms of helping us achieve our goal. And I haven't been paying attention to this battle very well, but I think I am fine. Yes, okay. Fantastic. I'm going to have to switch out here, which is fine because Zigzagoon will share some XP. A Tailo. Alright. That's fun. We can't use Lotad as a result of it being flying type, so it will resist. I think Tailo is another one that has a special berry. I'm not sure how common Tailo will hold that berry, but we'll catch a Tailo soon. I think the next route after this town has Tailo in it. We'll have to go through the quick little thing with PokeMMO where you kind of like skip the majority of the process of Wally catching his Ralts, but that's okay. Makes it quick. So I think I've battled all the trainers now here. We just have to do some searching of our own in order to... well, okay, so first off, we need to get Zigzagoon to level 9. I think it's level 9 that it learns Covet. And Covet is going to be super important for acquiring early game resources. Not only will it give us a lot of chances to proc pickup, which can give us seeds, but it will give us a bunch of items that the Pokemon we encounter are holding. So I think if we talk to our father here, we can start moving on with the story a bit. Wally comes in, he wants to get his first Pokemon, so naturally he goes to the gym leader of the town. And of course my dad, being the gym leader, provides him with a Zigzagoon and some Pokeballs. And in the main series game, you are asked to go along to kind of guide the process, as you're also a new trainer and could probably, you know, help Wally out. Also, Wally looks very large pixeled compared to our sprite. That's interesting. I never noticed this before. Alright, but here we go. So, what would normally happen is he would encounter a Ralts, and you would go through a whole, like, catching tutorial, and then you'd capture the Ralts, and you'd go back and kind of have a little moment of, yay, we did it. But, of course, there is no cutscene here for PokeMMO, and I don't think it's a huge loss, but it is kind of unfortunate, as when I first played through the PokeMMO Hoenn region, I was trying to bring a person who had never played Hoenn before through this, and they kind of missed out on all that, so that's okay. I fed them a bunch of YouTube videos. Father here says that he's the 5th gym leader, so we have to go and collect 4 badges before we can come back and challenge him. And if we look here at the... Oh, right, I don't have a map yet, do I? I guess you get that get that in Rustboro. Man, that's weird. I was gonna go over the locations of things, but yeah, so one thing I think that is important, as I kind of mentioned last time, is training your Pokemon. And in this case, I'm gonna be training my Pokemon while also acquiring new Pokemon. And this will give us more data on the game. PokeMMO does a really good job of providing a lot of really good data in the Pokédex, so it kind of feels like you're actually contributing to like this research and learning as an individual while going through this. And I quite like that a lot. Let's see, 1 Pokeball left. Oh dear. We're not doing too hot on that. Let's hope this captures it. Alright, cool. So I got a C-Dot. That means that we now have data in the Pokédex for C-Dot. Let's see what C-Dot has. Power Herb, sometimes. Very good. Gonna be going ahead and healing up here. I'm gonna see if I can buy some Pokeballs. I only have 570 Pokeyen, so I might have to go to the next area. Train up that Zigzagoon a bit more to get more capabilities for purchasing things. Now again, there's 2 spots here in the shop. This one is the non-standard shop, which will have PokeMMO specific items, like these cosmetics here. Check them out if you'd like. And over here, this is where we definitely want to go. We got Pokeballs here, 200 each. We have 2 potions. Don't have any healing items. It's definitely a good idea to have healing items. But we can't really afford them yet. We need these Pokeballs really bad. So 400 Pokeyen out of our 572. We are incapable of buying any more than that. That's okay. I think first thing I'm gonna do is progress to the next side over here. This will give us access to more Pokemon battles, and there's a rich trainer over there. Oh yeah, we meet this guy. Let me guess. From the way you're dressed, you're a Pokemon trainer. Well, maybe not. Your clothes aren't all that dirty. You're either a rookie, or maybe you're just an ordinary kid. I'm roaming the land in search of talented trainers. I'm sorry to have taken your time. Yep, you know, that first interaction, kind of rough. Says he's looking for talented trainers and he leaves. Savage. I should have brought more water. It's very dry right now. Holy moly. So I believe this running person here wants... Yes, they have a battle. Something I should really do is talk to everybody in the towns, because my memory is a little sketch, to put it lightly. They're switching again! My Zigzagoon is so menacing! Wow. Is the AI broken? They just keep switching. Wow. Okay, this is cool. They didn't swap this time. They figured it out. They're gonna settle on this Zigzagoon, and that's that. Jeez. I don't understand why they would swap so much, and that seems to be pretty consistent. They're doing a lot of swapping in the early part of the battle. I wonder if there's a bug right now. Let's see, it has Absorb already. Not the best for taking it out in a swift manner. Zigzagoon might be able to do this, even though it is absorbing. Let's see. It's not healing that much. I might outdamage it before I go down. Worst case scenario, I swap eventually. It is doing 12.5%. We still have 29, so we can take 2 more of those hits, so long as there's no crit. If there's no crit here, we'll be fine, because I think we'll take the C-Dot out. Fantastic. Zigzagoon's menacing aura definitely was well-deserved. Although those free hits definitely helped me win that battle. I'm gonna go heal up again because I want to focus on Zigzagoon for the moment. Yeah, so some other things that were brought up as a result of my previous video in this series. We got in the comments of the first video, I think it was, hold on, got into the comments section of my previous Let's Plant, and wanted to do thank you to Zakuru. Not entirely sure how to say your name, I apologize. But they commented, pick up in battle effect is to pick up, in quotes, a used berry by the other Pokemon, which we discovered as a result of accidentally achieving that in the last one. But yeah, definitely thank you for that response. That was the first time I'd seen that happen. Naturally, I mean, I kind of made that pretty clear. I was very excited and confused. But yeah, so they also note that it seems like you cannot have a held item for that to actually function. That makes sense. So we'll have to be careful about managing the held item slot of Zigzagoon here. And yeah, I also appreciated the comment from Parandama AM. I appreciate you kind of, you know, what they said was, it's such a great honor to see people trying their best, or trying their hardest to help community and themselves, of course. Seeing you do something new is also helpful to us, since even we can develop by observing you. Thanks. And you know what? I thoroughly appreciated that comment. That was a very nice comment. A lot of good feedback. Oops. I'm so used to running that it is going to be something that I try to do every once in a while when I'm up against low-level Pokemon like this. So, how long have I been playing PokeMMO? Well, it's been about 1,000 hours almost now. I started last year. It was pretty late in the year, September, I think. Anyway, I'm starting to kind of have some problems here. I should definitely note these things before I try to talk about them. But yeah, it was a couple months before October. Not really sure what to say about that. I've built some bad habits, is what I'm trying to get at here. I've been playing the game so long that, you know, these sorts of things just kind of happen. We got 360 Pokeyen for beating that level 9 Magikarp with only Splash. That is fantastic. And this Zigzagoon, this person here, is one of the richer trainers that you access in the early game. So we're gonna be, whoa! Look at that! I picked up the gem! Hey, alright, that's interesting. I think that's what happened. The normal gem. Yeah, Zigzagoon picked up the normal gem. Wow! Oh, it's all held items that are consumed, isn't it? I was just talking about this. Oh, did they pick up their own gem? Interesting. I wish I had been paying more attention to Zigzagoon's health. That normal gem pickup, wow. Full restore too. That's right. It's this kind of trainer. Only the best for their little Ziggy. So, this was going to be the battle that got Zigzagoon up to level 9. So I think, maybe not. Yeah, it's only got 90 XP. That's okay. I'll go back and heal. Maybe I'll buy some more Pokeballs, because look at that! Got 476 Pokeyen for that battle. We got 5 more Pokeballs we can purchase now. I think those are going to be well worth the money. So let's go ahead and walk on back real slow. Oh my goodness, I forgot I can run. Look at that! Now we're not going so slow. Oh my... Oh, shoot. Yep. Definitely having a good time. Let's move this Pokemon. Actually, let's move it. Put it down here. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta make a bunch of noises at the screen, and eventually your decisions will be made for you. Yes. So we need a little bit of XP to get the Zigzagoon up another level. I think, right, buying Pokeballs. That is what I'm doing. Definitely not scattered. Don't worry about it. Well, how many can we buy? So about 4. Very good. Let's have a look at how many. 7. I have 7 Pokeballs. So we can go back here and capture some of these Pokemon. It'll be well worth the time. Get a bunch of new data. I already captured a Lotad, so I can use this as XP grinding. Yes. Lotad has Growl. It's going to be a little annoying if it spams that, but it's also fine. I'm kind of hoping it would use... Oh, I got a crit. Yes, I got a crit. Dang. Well, that's perfect. Exactly what I needed. Speaking of exactly what I needed, here's a Wurmple. Let's go, Wurmple. So I can only tackle it once. I could switch to Lotad and probably absorb it, and it would be fine. I'm not entirely certain on that, though. Let's give this a shot. It does have Stab, so it might take it out. Wow, it did one damage. That's... Maybe we just use a Pokeball on it and hope. The early Pokemon like this aren't that hard to catch, so there we go. Pretty good risk, I'd say, since it worked out. If it didn't work out, maybe I would say a different thing at the end of the whatever outcome happened. We got Water Gun and Lotad. That's fantastic. We have great coverage now. Look at this. Absorb and Water Gun. So, wow. That feels good. Finding another Lotad, which means we have more XP. XP is always nice. Makes you feel good. Definitely will take a few Pokemon like this in order to get Zigzagoon up to level 9. That's okay, because we're going to be encountering a bunch of Pokemon until we can capture all the Pokemon of this route. We still need to capture Rolts. We got an item. Got a Pokeball. Oh, fantastic. Pickup is really good. I love Pickup. Hey, look at that. There's a Surskit. Fantastic. Definitely going to be adding to our ranks here. Let's do a tackle. These tackles are getting a little spicy as Zigzagoon ranks up here. Levels up. I've been playing Monster Hunter, so I got the word rank on my mind. As well as Warframe, which also uses the word rank, I believe, to describe a lot of things that are kind of like levels. So I didn't catch the Surskit on that first ball. Let's hope we don't waste too many Pokeballs on this. There we go. 2 Pokeballs for 1 Surskit. We just found one on my pickup, so that's okay. Kind of makes up for it. Should be fine. Let's see the stats on these, because I haven't been checking them as they enter the party here. Unfortunate stats on the Surskit. Not really great stats over here on the Wurmple. Nothing really to write home about, but it does give us information. So let's go ahead and look at the Hoenn Dex here. Surskit has honey sometimes. That's cool. And we have Wurmple, which has Pechaberry. All right. So Wurmple and Poochyena now have Pechaberries, and we know that because of our Pokédex. So this will be a prime target for coveting from in order to gain Pechaberries. We've already captured a Poochyena, so we'll be going ahead and just tackling the boatload out of this. Tackling the boatload out of it. This Poochyena's got a boatload, and we know what it is. It's Pechaberries. They got a boatload of Pechaberries. We got a plain dry seed. All right, cool. That's our first seed. Fantastic. So anyway, boatloads of berries. Yeah. That could be a potential renaming for the series. Just boatloads of berries. Needs more alliteration. What other B words can we put in there? Boatloads of buckets of berries. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of making no sense at this point. So, training up the Zigzagoon still. Not really anything happening here. Let's see some other notes from Goomba Kid. We've got, what do I normally do when I play PokeMMO? Well, lately, I haven't been playing PokeMMO. I've been editing PokeMMO videos. So that's unfortunate. This series is very nice, though, because what often happens is I actually just play the game, and then I spend just about as much time playing the game as I do editing it, because with this sort of approach, it's very easy. And did I have an item? Oh, a potion. Neat. Pickup Pokemon are fantastic for the early game. Feels really good to have pickup. So, yeah, the videos for this channel have been becoming more heavily edited, as people may have noticed if they've been following along. And that also means that, like, for a minute of video, there are several hours of editing. And that's just... It doesn't feel great sometimes. The current video that's in the works that people have been asking about a lot is the second installment in the PvP improvement series. We got a Pokeball! Oh my gosh! Pickup is going off! Holy moly! I got to get out of this grass. There we go. So, yeah, the PvP improvement series. That one is... That second video that I've been working on is gonna be crazy. I fear that it will be lower quality than I currently hope to put out, but it is excessive. I have spent at least 20 hours editing that video, and I've been getting a little busy lately as I've kind of started moving forward with life progression, right? I've been job searching for 8 months. Yeah. And that finally resulted in a couple of offers, one of which was supremely fantastic because it keeps me living where I'm at right now. I don't have to move. And it allows me to, make a good wage. I feel good about it. It's going to be taking up a lot of time, though, so videos are going to be sparser, potentially. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right, so I got distracted, but we have Covet now on our pickup Pokemon, so Covet's actually a really good move for the other game. It has 60 power, it has Stab with Zigzagoon, so we're just going to go ahead and hit Covet. Boom, look at that. No hell item. That's something you want to be very careful of. You want to keep this slot very clean. I'm going to move that to the front. There we go. So now, whenever we encounter a Pokemon, just Covet it. And if we get a held item, great. And if not, that's okay. We get XP for a Zigzagoon. Zigzagoon is going to be constantly overleveled in this series, and that is just going to be how it is because of the Covet. And we might get another Covet Pokemon. I think it might learn Covet by level up, but we'll see. That'll be little around Rustboro when we get over there. Have I found every Pokemon in this route yet? I haven't found a Ralts. I need to find a Ralts and get really lucky because it has teleport. Maybe I won't be able to catch a Ralts just yet. Probably come back for the Ralts because I'm kind of stagnating right here. We want to have some progress. Gonna take a water break. Definitely hydrate if you have water nearby, and if you don't have water nearby, go get some water. Time for hydration. Alright, fantastic. So we haven't made much progress, so it's time to go forward. Must go forward. Don't want to use any of these Pokemon? I don't think so. I think we're gonna leave some space open, because we got 3 Pokemon already. You don't want to fill up. I want to be adding to the team as we go. So, what do we have here? We have a level 9 Zigzagoon. We have a level 6 Lotad, which definitely needs to be trained up a little bit more. I'll probably put that in the front now. We're going to be capturing some Pokemon over here, I guess. Wurmple is not anything new. Might run from this. Oh, we have Water Gun now. We have Water Gun, so we can take out a Wurmple now. Level 5 Wurmple, I believe, has Poison Sting, so that'll be super effective against Lotad. We're getting lucky so far, so no Poison Sting. Fantastic. Wurmple's just using Tackle. That's okay. There we go. Decent XP. Let's go into this here forest. Petalburg Woods. This has a very nostalgic song. I very much enjoy it. So this bug catcher, I believe, only has Wurmples. and they should be fairly easy to take out. They might use Poison Sting when they get it, but for the most part, should be pretty easy for Lotad. Should be pretty easy for Lotad to take out the Wurmples. Level 7 Lotad feels good. Gonna be continuing to spam the water gun on this guy. He'll never know what hit him. Just a bunch of water coming out of the plant. There we go. Dangerous lily pad. Coming right at him. More questions from Goomba Kid. What is your history with Pokemon? So, I started playing Pokemon it was a long time ago. I was single digits in age, and Pokemon Crystal had just been gifted to me by my parents, alongside a Game Boy Color. So, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I definitely kind of was figuring it out as I went. And that kind of, I mean, that should be true of most, I assume, you know, you pick up a game, you don't really know what's going on, and you figure it out. But as a kid, like, you don't know what's going on. So anyway, definitely spent a lot of time just in Pokemon Crystal, listening to the music as I, like, developed as a person and stuff. And really got into Pokemon. The games were super fun, and they were pretty easy, right? In terms of, like, just the basic surface level understanding. So, they were definitely great games to get into early like that. But anyway, I still have the Game Boy Crystal. Jeez. I still have the Game Boy Color and the Pokemon Crystal game cartridge. And I actually just tried to repair them so they would be able to save a game again. Unfortunately, that didn't work out too well. The save files were corrupted even if I, even after I fixed the battery being dead problem. And that's just how it is, I suppose. I have the really old game, and I got a lot of value out of it as I was growing up. Yeah, that's kind of how I had my jumping off point, right, to start getting into these fan-made games. So I actually downloaded a ROM, right, so I could play Pokemon Crystal again. Unfortunately, I don't think I actually finished the game before jumping to a different system. Getting dry again. Time for more water. Yep. Definitely hydrate. It is the dry times. All the water is freezing out of the air. Maybe. So, Bubble is interesting because it is a water gun, but it has more PP and it has a chance to lower the speed. So, we don't need water gun. We just need Bubble. Bubble's fantastic. Direct upgrade to water gun. There we go. Feels good. It kind of feels like that move shouldn't be more strong than water gun, but that's okay. That's okay. And look, this man right here, he's gonna give us a Great Ball. That Great Ball could be very useful. Oops. Oh dear, oh dear. There we go. So this Great Ball could be very useful for capturing stuff like Ralts, as well as Abra, because there's Abra in the wild as well. And they both have teleport. As you can imagine, teleporting is kind of hard to deal with when you don't have anything to stop them. And there's not much that we have access to that can stop them. Not sure what the goal is from all this swapping, but it's happening. That's okay. So more on the story of the kind of adventure toward PokeMMO. Started out with the ROMs, and then started moving into fan-made ROMs that had some alterations to the games that made them a little more interesting for things that you can't really trade with people with, right? Because, there's no link cable or anything for ROMs. And then kind of looking into how to go past that, right? And PokeMMO came up as a solution in the sense that it's an MMO, and it's Pokemon. So, here we go. We can just kind of exist and interact with other people. This Silcoon is interesting. So, I could capture the Silcoon and train up one of my Wurmpools and hope it becomes a Cascoon. Or I could capture the Wurmpool like I've already done, and then capture a Silcoon and a Cascoon. So I think I'll be doing a lot of grinding in this. Well, there goes. There goes that plan. That's okay. Zigzagoon's level 10 now. An Oranberry, our second berry. Oh man, and oh man, look at this Shroomish. Okay, we're gonna get this Shroomish. This Shroomish, no doubt. We're gonna be coveting this just in case it has an item. No item there. Took out about half of its health. That's a little scary. We're gonna be tackling this to make sure it doesn't go down. And it's gonna be healing a little bit off of our Zigzagoon. That's okay though, shouldn't be too bad. Keeps it in the dark red, so it should be pretty easy to capture. Let's try using a Pokeball real quick. Now this Shroomish, I could train this up to, I think, level 40 something. And it would get Spore without having to use any heart scales. Let's check out its stats. Actually pretty decent stats. Does it have poison? It has effects. Okay. So Stun Spore is actually really good for capturing Pokemon because paralysis. So this Shroomish might become a partner of ours. If we look at the Pokédex on the Shroomish real quick, we can see that it does have a berry, Kebia berry. It also has some mushrooms, which are pretty interesting, but mostly this Kebia berry is what I'm after. And if we look at its moves, we can see that it learns Spore at level 40. Oh man, it evolves to level 23 normally, and we won't be able to do level 40 for a while. So, once I get an EXP share, I might slap it onto this Shroomish and just have it in the background, stealing XP all the time. Otherwise, I'm not sure if I'd want to use it. But this is a fantastic Pokemon for capturing things because False Swipe, which I believe we can buy in Slateport. I'll have to check that when we get there. Capturing Shroomish is also a great way of making money once you gain access to the GTL, which will be naturally after Gym 4. So Petalburg Woods. The end of this Petalburg Woods is something very important. Look, we have berry plots here. There are 5 plants you can have in this one spot here, and then over here, you can have 6 more. So there we go. I haven't even gotten 1 gym badge, and we already have access to the ability to plant 11 berries. And I think one of these NPCs in here sells some good stuff. So there we go. We've got this lady has our dream. She wants to plant berries all over the place. Or she wants flowers and stuff. So we got something very important. Look at this. We got the Whalmer Pill from this blonde lady here. Just gonna go ahead and drag it over there. And I cannot do that right now. So I have a button that allows me to use that particular slot real easy. So as you can see, we don't have the vendor yet. I don't know when the vendor unlocks. Might be Gym 4, I guess. But the vendor that I'm thinking about is the person that gives harvesting tools, yes. Well, let's see. Fantastic. There's often swarms up in this patch of grass here, which is something to note. And look at that, Meryl. I have to try and capture that. A lot of the Pokemon that appear in swarms in this location are things like Chatot, and I think I've seen Mudkip up here a couple times. Might be a few starters that appear in this area. Roll out. Oh no. I'm gonna be swing to Shroomish. If rollout misses, I can use Stun Spore. And it's not missing. Yikes. But maybe Effect Spore? Nope, no Effect Spore. Torchic is weak to rollout, but hopefully we capture the Marrow with this Pokemon. And there we go. Fantastic. We've gotten a Peekaboo. And boom. Let's go ahead and check the Hoenn Dex for the Meryl. And it doesn't have any held items. That's okay. That's okay. What do we got? We have a 31 in attack, decent defenses, as well as decent HP. Look at that. That's pretty good. It has huge power as well. So this could be a really good Pokemon to use in the story, given that it has the 31 HP with the 25 plus defenses and HP. So this is a really good Pokemon. I would definitely recommend that if you do capture something like this during your story, that maybe you use it as like, dang, this is a really good Pokemon, and it's neutral nature, which isn't bad, but not good either. It's it's okay. It's fine. It's not harming us like we have with the calm nature on the Zigzagoon. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just kind of get through this. Kind of going to be using some potions here. I think I'll switch Torchic to the front because we have a couple of battles. I don't run. Okay. So we have this double battle that is definitely going to be hard. That's okay. So we skipped 2 battles there. There'll be a third one, I think, at the northern part of this water, which looks really nice. Look at that. Oh my. Oh, there's that sound bug that happens on occasion. I don't like that. Probably don't want global chat open, since it's not really. There we go. Fantastic. I got a flinch from the Astonish. That's pretty good. Only 96 Pokeyen for defeating 2 trainers. Kind of unfortunate. So I think that elderly woman over there gives us a berry, but that might be in the main game. It might be different for this one. And let's see. Go in here, heal up, and then we're going to go back and get those battles. So we're finally in Rustboro. This feels good. We have 540 Pokeyen. We can buy more Pokeballs. We have 3 potions, so we want to buy as many of these. We can only buy 2, so we're at 5 Pokeballs. That's okay. We can get more as we go. Put Zagoon in the front again. There's a Pokemon I really would like to capture in the route just beyond Rustboro. And hey, we got a Chesto Berry. All right, that's fantastic. So now we can have a held item that stops us from falling asleep. And I probably should have put Lotad in the front for this particular battle, but that's okay. Zigzagoon is deserving of the XP, and definitely won't be getting over-leveled as I've mentioned he will be. Lotad's level 9. Lotad's going to be very important for this coming Rock-type gym. As you can imagine, being a Grass-type and Water-type really gives Lotad an advantage in many ways, given that, you know, you can use Water type or Grass type, and boom, pretty much going to be taking out the pesky Roxanne's Pokemon. So, yeah, Roxanne's pesky Pokemon. I'm not entirely sure why I'm mixing up the order of my words just then. That's okay. I'm all out of water now. is very dry. See, that's true. We're good. I have more water. It's just in plastic rather than a bottle of glass, so that's fine. I don't know how long I've been going, but this is just a lot of fun. This is just a lot of fun. Like, actually just playing the game and getting to talk my head off like a strange kind of, I don't know. It feels good. It feels good to play the game. It's a lot of fun. I love Hoenn. The music is super nostalgic. Given, you know, that... So, you know, I kind of got into that a little bit. So, given that my first Pokemon game was Crystal, you can kind of imagine where I went from there. Gen 2 is Crystal, and Gen 3 is Ruby and Sapphire. And, of course, the Emerald that came after. So, a lot of my main kind of interest and playtime occurred with the Hoenn region. And I played Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, all three, excessively. Like, all of those games have a boatload of time spent on them from, you know, my young self. I can't even tell you how many times I've gone through Hoenn. It's been a lot. And we're gonna go ahead and just put the Lotad up there. There we go. So, I think it's a really good thing to just kind of experience this again, because the nostalgia is very strong, and this Roomish is very strong. I'm just gonna switch right to Torchic. I'm hoping they don't use a powder move, because status effects are... Yikes. Okay, got Tackle. We're gonna go ahead and Ember. So the reason I'm Embering instead of Flame Charging is because physical moves that make contact could activate Effect Spore. I don't want Effect Spore to be activating on my Torchic here. And the reason being is because naturally Effect Spore can inflict various status conditions. And they're just kind of a pain in the butt at this point. We can go back to Flame Charge now. It'll be neutral on Lotad because the water resists it, and the grass is it's super effective when you use a fire type move against it. So they kind of even out to neutral damage. And yeah, there we go. We've taken out this here Lotad real nice. Going through the ending animations here. There we go. I feel like I might be losing my voice as a result of talking for so long. Let's see how long this recording's been going for. 52 minutes! I've been talking like a maniac for 52 minutes. That's crazy. I am glad that... I just hope that I have a really good, like, recording this time. Not that I've... Oh no. Normal gym again? We might have to bubble. Gonna be bubbling. I think that does double damage. Yes. Very good, very good. Might have to swap out of Lotad, which is a little unfortunate, but that's okay. That crit makes it so that we don't have to swap. Fantastic. Alright, here we go. There was a bit of a risk there. They had crit. Then it would have been kind of yikes. Not gonna... Rich boy Winston, how much money you got for me? 612 Pokeyen. That is 3 Pokeballs, my die. My guy. So that's fantastic. We want to go back into Petalburg Woods when we have the Cut HM, which is available in Rustboro. There's a house right next to the Pokemon Center, which will be the Cut House or the Cut Guy's house or something. It'll have a sign in front of it. We'll read that sign before we go in. Cutter's house. Oh, you know, that's... that's a little yikes. I mean, you talk to this guy, and he'll go ahead and give you the HM1, which is Cut. There we go. So we have Cut now. Fantastic. You cannot use Cut outside of battle until you talk to... until you battle Rustboro's gym leader and win. So, we're going to be doing that. But first, we're going to be just kind of letting our team get up a bit of levels here. So we got to go over here and check out this route. There's a bunch of train. We should buy Pokeballs first. If I could be a little more organized, that'd be really cool, but that's okay. We'll just kind of roll the punches here. I know we're gonna be having a good time here eventually, but dang, working out the kinks still. 240. Buy another Pokeball. Why not? There we go. We have 40 Pokeyen left. That elderly man behind the counter, he sells something that isn't cosmetics, I think. Oh, okay, he's got the exchange. So here is an interesting place to kind of look at. Berry juice, you can trade for 1 berry powder and 1 freshwater. We'll have access, I think, to freshwater on the beach before Slateport, unless it's just soda pop. Might just be soda pop. Berry powder is gotten from crushing a berry in your bag, and I can show you how to do that in a moment. And energy roots, I think there's a shop at the 4th gym that sells energy roots. I am thinking it probably won't be worth it to trade an energy root for energy powder like this, but we'll see. And a heal powder from a lumberry. So this takes a lumberry, which heals all status conditions, to, 2 items that heal all status conditions. So that could be useful in the future. But yeah, so if you want to make berry powder, you go to the berries here, and you right click and you hit crush. And look, berry powder. That actually is useful because it sells for 450 Pokeyen. Okay. Yes. So crushing berries can be done with any berry, so you can crush a chest of berry and still get same thing, berry powder. And as you saw with the orange berry, I went in and crushed it, and it gives that. So, yeah. Crushing is not exclusive to any particular berry. You can just crush any berry. As a consequence of berries being worth 450 Pokeyen each, you'll notice that if we go here and type berry, the cheapest berry is 730 Pokeyen. Sometimes the price dips down a bit, and that's when you want to buy, probably, is at like 650 or below. Because then you can harvest the berries for seeds. To put Zigzagoon in the front while we're approaching this grasp here. An Nincada. So this is the only location where you can capture Nincada. Nincada are pretty good on the GTL. If you look at the price here, you'll notice that 3,000 is the base price, with only 3 of them at 3K and the rest at 4K or above. So you can make quite a bit of money by just capturing Nincada and selling them on the GTL. This is because people want to shiny hunt for Shedinja. And the way you get a Shedinja is you evolve a Nincada in your party when you have a free spot. And so it will evolve directly into Ninjask. And if you have a free spot and a Pokeball, it will consume a Pokeball and inhabit the free spot with its like discarded carapace. Or, and that'll become Shedinja. But yeah, shiny hunting Shedinja is super hard and super time consuming. And it has an item. Alright, cool. What kind of item do we have here? Soft Sand. That is very good because it sells for 1,500 Pokeyen. And if we have any ground type Pokemon, we can always go ahead and shove those on there. I think Zigzagoon has done its job, so we could probably swap Zigzagoon out for something like Shroomish. Shroomish, we can inflict paralysis on the Nincada. That'll be very helpful, since that it'll be easier to capture, and it might not continuously sand attack us. We don't want to be continuously sand attacked. And wow, a 75% accuracy move hit even after being reduced by sand attack for accuracy. That's fun. I like it. Alright, here we go. Here's our first ball. Should be a pretty easy capture since it is paralyzed. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and have a look at Inkata. So we already know it can have soft sand, but I wonder if it can have anything else. Just soft sand. Alright, so since we have this Zigzagoon with soft sand, we're going to go ahead and remove the soft sand. That way we're not blocking any activation of Covet or activation of Pickup in terms of acquiring items. And that is something to look out for when making money with Ninkata, is that they will hold soft sand, so your profit per capture could go up quite a bit. And let's just check the stats of this. It has 30 special defense. That's interesting. We'll probably be capturing a bunch of Ninkata here, but what I really want to be after is... Okay, well I kinda have to, right? No, I can't. I don't have many Pokeballs right now. I'm gonna covet it, just in case. No held item. So we can go ahead and run from this. Poochyena, if you remember, that can have Pecha Berries, and they have them fairly often. So I'm gonna go ahead and covet this, and if it is low enough, I might defeat it just to get some XP, but yeah, I could take it out maybe one more, so we're gonna try that. There we go. Got some XP there, that's pretty good. No Pecha Berry though, so that's fine. We could have a chance at pickup activating, but it did not. And we're back again with another Poochyena, so that means we could have a Pecha Berry once again. Might cut some of this out since I'll be just saying the same things over and over again if we capture, or rather, encounter the same Pokemon. But yeah, I'm after Skitty. I want to capture a Skitty. Why do I want to capture a Skitty? It's because they can learn Payday, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they learn it by level up, but we'll see when we capture one. And Payday will be super important because it gives you a lot of money. And we need money. As you can see, we only have 40 Pokeyen. And that is not very high. Whismur, I think... Oh, we got one. What did we get? A Chesto Berry. Fantastic, look at that. All right. I think I can swap, actually, and put this thing in a paralysis state. If I paralyze this Whismur, it'll be pretty easy to capture. Okay, what do we have on effects for paralysis? Look at that. There we go. So Whismur have berries. Chesto Berry. Dang, dude. That's pretty good. So now we can acquire Pecha Berries, Oran Berries, and Chesto Berries from the Pokemon that we can encounter in the wild. And it didn't capture it. I might want to weaken it a little more if this Pokeball doesn't capture it. Alright, we're good. We're good. Whismur are another Pokemon that is really useful to capture a lot of, because they are really good breeders. As you can see, they're in the monster field egg group, and field, of course. And they only have Chesto Berries. So these Pokemon are one of the best breeders for the monster egg group. And if we have a look at the monster egg group, where is it? Oh, it's at the top. You can see that a 31 and just a random stat is 6,400. And if we kind of work our way down here, it's 7,000. 5,500 for defense, and that was a female, so that's why it was low. 3K for the lowest male here. That's actually a good buy. About a 1K under the normal price. Interesting. Again, we have 6K here for the lowest, and over here, this should be the highest. 8,500 about for the males. So capturing a Whismur is a really, really good way of making money, especially early in the game. But that'll, have to be either done through the trade chat, which is really inefficient for selling things, and I didn't take the berry from my Zigzagoon. That's unfortunate. But I might swap to Torchic just to get through this really fast. Yeah, when you get access to selling things on the GTL, Your money-making avenues really open up a lot. Why am I coveting this? It's... I can't take the item from a trainer battle, and it also is holding an item, so I doubly can't take the item. But alright, there we go. Moving forward, we're getting through this. Jerry wants to learn Detect. That's intriguing. We don't necessarily need Growl, but we could potentially use a Protect-like move. I'm using Ember because Wormhole can have Poison Point, I'm pretty sure. Shield Dust, okay. I was overreacting. We're gonna go back to the Pokemon Center, and then we're probably gonna end it there. Because we've gone through 2 new towns, and that seems like pretty decent progress. We didn't get a badge yet. Definitely getting the badge next time. This is definitely the slow and steady kind of, you know, new player friendly, like, this is your kind of approach that I think you should have. Alright, real quick, before I end anything, always upkeep your held items. Oh my goodness. So pickup works at the end of battle. If you have a held item, it'll just go right into your bag. But Covet won't be able to steal an item if you're holding an item, and pickup probably won't be able to activate during a battle if you're holding an item. Gonna go in here and clean up the party a little bit. I want to keep the Shroomish for now because we're using that to capture stuff. And the Nincada might be useful for learning Cut. Let's test that really quick before ending. Yeah, so if we go into the HMs here, use Cut, we can see that Nincada can learn Cut. There we go. Nincada will be our Cut Pokemon for now, so we'll just leave it in the party. Alright. We're going to be ending it right here. This is going to be where we pick up next time. I appreciate you sticking with me throughout this very long video. I hope it was entertaining, a little better than last time. I definitely tried to, you know, do some progress while talking and kind of like make that happen. And I think it was a little smoother this time, but we'll see. We'll see. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Gixmergan here. Yeah, I'm Gixmergan. You know that. You know that. I'm Gixmergan. Oh, man. Oh, man. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm hitting stop now.